When I came out watching Vikram, I didn't feel disappointed, but I felt unsatisfied. And why is that? Let's talk about it. Hello guys, I'm Nona Prince and I've already posted my first impression on Vikram when I watched it yesterday. If you haven't seen, you can check it out. I actually got a lot of comments from you guys which I'll be answering throughout the video. Also this Sunday we are doing a live session on Vikram with special guests, so to get that, do subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon. This will be a full-on spoiler review, you have been warned. Now as I expressed before, I had mixed thoughts, but before coming to the issues I had, let's talk about the things which I really liked. First of all, the action. Really liked it, especially the pre-interval scene. The way they used the motion control cameras for Kamal Haasan, it was so well done, and the whole fight scene was like that. And we have seen motion control previously only in music videos, and even Bhishma Parvam, the Malayalam film, used that in the fight scenes. But this one took it to another level. Like the whole design of it was beautiful. But my favorite was the John Wick inspired house action scene with Kamal Haasan killing someone with a laptop. Oh my god. And Agent Tina, Vimla Tai, oh my god. Easily my favorite part of the film. It reminded me of the scene from Baby with Taapsee Pannu and how she got a spin-off movie. I hope Agent Tina also gets that. It will be just badass. I'm sure there were a ton of references related to Kamal Haasan or other actors, but the ones I got with the YouTube channel Village Cooking there, making that biryani, loved it. And of course the references to Kethi. I'm sure in a houseful theatre in Tamil Nadu, people would have gone bonkers on that. Definitely the first half of the film takes its time to set up everything and then build up to that interval. But honestly, killing of Kamal Haasan in just the beginning, oh my god, I was like, really? Is he not there in the film, like in the present, only the past? That'd be really bold, but of course it was not Kamal Haasan. The plot did feel scattered in the beginning, but the way it all comes together in that wedding, oh my god, I felt like we may get a red wedding. The BGM by Anirudh was amazing throughout. The cinematography was outstanding. Coming to the performances, Fahadh, Vijay, Sethupathi and Kamal Haasan were really good individually. I'm sure the fans of Kamal Haasan would have enjoyed his moments more, but for me it was mostly Fahadh and Vijay Sethupathi. And maybe it's just because I've seen more of their performances than Kamal Haasan. I connect with them more. I like the whole plot with the drug angle and there's this group of people, agents, no one knows about them, and how it all connects by the end and the connections with the Kethi movie. Special mention to Chemban Vinod, really liked his performance. I like the way he brought this subtle humor with his character. One thing I really want to mention is that I know for a lot of audiences, for them it's like an Avengers movie because all these superstars are coming together. Like especially for the Malayalam audience, seeing Chemban Vinod and Fahadh coming together, it's like, oh, they are coming together in the film because both of them come from the Malayalam industry. And you got a couple of scenes with them, very interesting ones. One in the elevator, then at the end when he kills him. And it is a universe building for Lokesh cinematic universe. We have Vikram which connects to Kethi, and we have Surya also now. So I can totally understand the excitement people have about this film. I'm getting so many comments, people are just loving it, how the universe works and everything. And that's where the first issue arises. Definitely for me, I would not have the same connection to these people coming together and feel that impact as you guys who have grown up watching them. But for me, the story should always be first. And even for Marvel films, I always try to view them as if I've not seen any other previous Marvel films. Do those films work standalone? That's always my question. And that's one of the reason, the Loki series, I was not the fan of the ending of it. The last episode, that character played by that actor makes no sense to people who are not into the fandom. And that's where I realized that the film is too much dependent on the actor and their fandom than the character they are playing in the film. It's exciting to see Kamal Haasan with Vijay Sethupathi, and there's Fahadh also, and then there's Surya also. But it's not exciting that there's Vikram and now the next villain is Rolex. That doesn't excite me. And I also felt by the end the film just got carried away with building up this universe. And I've got a lot of comments from you guys. No, you have to watch Kethi to really understand this film. You need to watch the Vikram of 1986. You need to know the connections. You need to know that and this. And it's like, if the film standalone is good, you don't need to give me those excuses. The moment you're coming up with those excuses, something is wrong. If you're telling me in the comments you're a North Indian, you'll not get it, that means something is wrong. The makers of this film made this film available in Hindi. That means they wanted to reach out to their audience. If the film had just released in Tamil for the Tamil audience, I understand. If I watch it, I can say, okay, it's not made for me, it's made for that audience. But when you're making the film for everyone, and if it's not pleasing everyone, that means something is wrong. And from that, let's come to the dubbing of the film. Not done well. And I'm not even talking about the dialogues or how it's done or what's the translation. Not that at all. I'm talking about the sound mixing. The background music is louder than the dialogue. I cannot even understand. At many places that happened. Like at the end with Surya, I couldn't tell when he's talking in English and Hindi. It was so hard to understand what he's really saying. Adding the subtitles on the dub version also would be a great help. And I also felt they shouldn't have said the name of Surya in the beginning of the film. They could have saved it. I know they announced that he's in the film, but at least people who don't know that and haven't seen the trailers and not following social media, at least they will not know, right? They'll be surprised. Now, when I talked about bad dubbing on social media, again I got comments saying you didn't understand the film, that's why you're saying this. Watch it again, watch with Tamil with English subtitles and all of that. And my answer to that is, if you know what came before and after, you can fill in the blanks and understand what's happening. At no point in the film, the context, what's happening was an issue for me. It was a writing. Especially in the last 30 minutes. The actions the character are committing, the screenplay, those were my issues, which had nothing to do with the dubbing. And let's come to that. Until the scene where Kamal Haasan goes to save his grandson and then he has to go back, to get that milk, the film was really good. I was enjoying. And after that, it just went downhill. Let's take Fahadh's character. He had a good performance, very solid, but his arc was very predictable. Like that moment when he was told that, someone close to you dies, you will feel the pain. I knew it will come back. That is so obvious. And I was actually expecting it will not happen because it's Lokesh Kanagaraj. He's definitely playing with me. But no, it was actually that only. And I maybe had more expectations. Maybe it's my problem. But yeah, I was not happy with the character's arc. Then coming to Vijay Sethupathi, again, amazing actor. The humor stuff he does is outstanding. And you set him up as such a strong, badass guy. He can take down anyone. And suddenly, in the second half, out of nowhere, he's so scared of Rolex. Oh my god, Rolex. He's shit scared. Like, what happened? You didn't even establish what Rolex is like. Is it a watch? Like, at least establish it somewhere in the beginning that, oh, there's this guy Rolex he works under. Out of nowhere, Rolex came in the second half and he's shit scared. Suddenly his character traits are all over the place. And by the end, I felt his character was done injustice. The next thing is not really an issue, but my expectations from the film. Because, the film had Kamal Haasan, Vijay Sethupathi, and Faasil. None of them are really big action heroes, They are not known for their action. They are known for their performance. They are the brilliant actors from Indian cinema. And my expectation was that you'll use their performances in the film, which in the first half is there. But later, the film uses them just for action, not performance. Like when Kamal Haasan come face to face with Vijay Sethupathi, they just, exchange blows and done. Nothing more. That's it. And I had better expectations from the film. And I would like to take the example of Master by Lokesh himself. There, throughout the film, we get so many interactions between both the hero and the villain. And they are so cool. They're such good moments. The ending action scene in that movie was okay, but even in that action scene, there was a lot of dialogue exchanges which are really cool. But here, it was all missing. There's a cool moment with Fahadh saying, "I'm a big fan of your work" to Kamal Haasan, and that was a cool meta line, but that's it. Yeah, I wanted to see them on screen together performing against each other. That's more exciting than them just punching each other. Again, as I said before, it's not really an issue, but an expectation I had. And just before the climax, I was almost out of the film. The screenplay for me really went haywire. The logic was out of the window, and there was a lot of convenient writing which I just dislike. Like, why was the baby there? Throughout the film, you establish that baby cannot hear loud noises, something will go wrong with him. There's a whole action scene you build on that Kamal Haasan has to kill these people but without making any noise. And that's such a cool action scene because you have to put restraints on the hero. And now the baby is here with so many gunshots happening. Kamal Haasan with the machine gun. Literally the car the baby is in is shot at. Just the thought of these things should have killed the baby. Fafaa's character, when he sees his dead wife, that was an amazing sequence. And from there, he wants to take revenge. So he goes to the market, buy the black dress, buy that same mask, which Vikram's team uses, and then goes to kill Chemban, Vinod's character. And again, these things would have not mattered if I was totally in the film. But I was out and I could see these things like, what's the logic in all of this? The thing is, in the climax, you want the stakes to be really high. You should care about the characters, what will happen to them. But for me, I was out. There was zero stakes for me. No way the kid is gonna die. No way any of the main characters gonna die. And we know what the ending is. So for me, it was just a drag. Kamal Haasan just shooting the machine gun. The cars are going off, but nothing is happening to the people. They are just endless. They just keep shooting. I already know the outcome. Again, I got a lot of comments from people saying, oh, you like KGF, but you didn't like this, you are a hypocrite and all of that. And I'm like, when I see a KGF, I'm so invested. I know Rocky Bhai will not die. I know he'll win every time, but I'm still concerned. I don't know what will happen. I'm in the flow of the story because the film has grabbed me. It's not letting me go to think about these logical loopholes. Every movie has logical loopholes. It's about how immersed I am in to, let them go, to not pay attention to them. And sadly, that didn't happen for this film. Now, this is a big film with 3 big stars. They need to come together, and you don't really have a good way to do that. So you are forcing it so that they come together. Like, why would Faasil bring the kid back to the place you're gonna blow up? Like, what's the logic in that? Just to have all 3 characters together in a scene. It's so convenient. And the same movie, look at the pre-interval scene. You're bringing all 3 characters so organically together. The scene where Fafa and Vijay Sethupathi meet for the first time. So well done, because it makes so much sense. It's so organic. Now at the end with the whole setup, I wish they had showed Karthi or kind of hinted like a close-up something. That would have been cool. And now let's see what the future holds for the Lokesh cinematic universe. Again, I just want to give a disclaimer. These are my personal thoughts. Maybe you are someone who totally enjoyed this film, and that's good for you. I'm happy for you that you enjoyed this film. I also wanted to enjoy this film, but I couldn't because of the said reasons. Again, I got a lot of comments. Everyone enjoyed this film. Only you are saying negative. Who called you film critic? You suck. All of that. First of all, I don't believe myself to be a film critic. I just like to share my thoughts on the internet. And if I didn't like a film, I didn't like it. That's it. It doesn't matter if everyone in the world liked it. And if everyone in the world hated a movie, but I liked it, that's the fact. Nothing can change that. Now, if you're someone who can fathom that fact, hit the like button. And if you're not, through channel membership, you can support this channel and help me continue this journey ahead. And in turn, you get various perks. To know more, click on the join button. So guys, that's the video. Thank you for watching. Do join us for the live stream this Sunday. Until then, check out the video we did on Tamil cinema in 2021. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.